Okay, perfect. So I'm going live a different way right now. So it's kind of like got me tripping out. But I just got done recording and I have a few more minutes, so I figure I'll go live. And I just feel my feelings, maybe because I got like one on. It was, a special time for a lady. So maybe I'm just in my feelings because of that. But I just saw someone put 4 hours ago that the Michelin credit card is a very bad credit card. You need the wrong Nike. Please don't let the company fool you, basically, is what the comment said. And I just don't understand. Like, I understand that people have bad experiences. Let me see if I can actually put the. I'm gonna put heck because I don't know if I should be on here cursing like on the chat. But this is what the comment said, like for the Michelin card. And I told y'all I got the Michelin credit card just because I promoted it at one point, and I wanted to know, like, how is the Michelin credit card? Like, is there anything wrong, with the Michelin credit card? And I never had any problems with it. So for me to see this comment of somebody saying you need to run, granted, like, if you look on it, you'll see that I don't have a balance on it. I'm not using it. I did use it, but if you was to use this credit card correctly, it could help you. And I think that's what a lot of the credit cards, like, some people don't understand that I'm literally putting out a video right now talking about the different levels of credit. Depending on where you at, this credit card can really help you. I see a lot of people actually got this credit card, and granted, I am seeing people having to get it deleted. That's why I'm like, let me look into this credit card. I actually got it. I never had any problems with it. I connected my bank account. I just paid my bill, and we good. I'm not getting charged any additional fees. I'm paying it off by the statement date. I don't see a problem. So I just want us to make sure that when we talk about some of these credit card companies, make sure that there is something real valid that's really happening with the credit card company. Because if your only argument is that the company is bad because now you owe them or something like that and you just didn't pay them, we ain't gotta bash them just because of that. Because um I was I don't want to say this to be all the way true. Like, I don't want to say it, but I haven't, like, I said this in another video recently. I said that I had a Capital One account. I had a Capital One account, right? Um, that account ended up having to go to collections before, and that's when Midland picked it up. So I always talk about, oh, I had to sue Midland. Yeah, I sued Midland because of a Capital One account, and now it seems as if, like, when this, like I told, this is why I was talking about it when Discover was bought by Capital One. I'm nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, they better try to take this account because Capital One mad at me now because I sued them. But I'm not going to bash Capital One and say that they don't have cards that can help you build your credit or get you where you need to get, if you understand what I mean. Like, we need to stop bashing certain cards because when I see these comments, and I'm pretty sure when other people see these comments, they take it to heart. So you could be blocking somebody trying to get something that's going to help them build their credit. So if you're going to say anything like on the channel going forward, anybody, give us some reasoning behind it. Like, if somebody would say this is a very bad car run, why are they running? What happened? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what happened that they need to run from this credit card? Because what I have seen is they're gonna tell you what your annual fee is. If you don't like the annual fee, you could have not even got the credit card to start off with, because some credit cards could have bad fees, but someone could have good fees where they don't have any fees at all, or very, very low fee. But you need to say exactly why you don't like a credit card. Honest. Don't just say, oh, I don't like this credit card, because that's just ridiculous. But when it come down to credit cards too, we need to understand that like how some people try to get like the reflex card, get these verb cards, you got to get all these bad cards. A lot of them cards that send you pre-qualification in the mail, they all these annual fees. That's basically like a payday loan in a credit card form. We know which cards those are, because they got maintenance fees that you got to pay every month, and you got an annual fee. We need to not even get ourselves into those traps, because once you get in that trap and it's gonna be hard to pay them back, then you're gonna be talking about how you hated them. But at some times you were able to use that money to do whatever you need to do with it, if you know what I mean. So if you know that you're trying to use credit, you want to continue to use credit, don't get yourself in certain type of credit situations, and don't get certain type of credit cards that you know are bad for you in the beginning. They got annual fees, maintenance fees, especially not just if they got annual fees, but the fees is out of control. Then you knew that from the beginning not to get that credit card. Like, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to come on here to just like say this because I seen that comment and I was like in my feelings, and it could be just a rant right now, but I'm being real by it. I also saw somebody put on the channel saying that, oh, I seen you said something about getting a credit one bank credit card. I know this is not, good or whatever. And I was thinking like, I don't like credit one. I'm not at the credit one stage. I was at the credit one stage before. And let me tell y'all this, when I went to credit one, when I couldn't build credit and I technically didn't have the finance to just get a secure credit card that was going to graduate or even a full education on it, you know what I mean? Credit one bank let me come in and my annual fee wasn't crazy, but it was right after like a month after I filed bankruptcy and it was chapter 13. You guys don't understand when you guys file chapter 7 bankruptcy. I always hear people bragging like I was able to get this card, that card, all these cards. But when y'all file chapter 13, people will look at you funny still because for one thing, it might end up being dismissed, but they look at you funny because you didn't get everything dismissed. You still got payments that you paying. So it's going to be harder for you just to be paying off other credit cards too. Your new credit cards you're going to get because you got payments that you're paying on your bankruptcy. So when I say like, you can get certain credit cards, but just look at the annual fee, make sure it's good for you. I only say it because of that. Like, getting to the point where you can't get any credit cards. And I'm telling y'all to get 4 credit cards to start off on the gate. If you want to come out of your bankruptcy hitting the 700s in less than 6 months, this is something you need to get credit cards to be able to report. So I always think about this credit card was able to give me an opportunity when I actually needed to build my credit. And look, like where I'm at now, like, you know what I mean? Once you just start, so you need to have something to start, you can be able to build from there. Now where I'm at now, I would not be getting a credit one bank card, but people have to understand everybody have to start somewhere. If you get what I'm saying, we all have to start somewhere. That's kind of like talking about, oh, you're gonna get a Discover Secure credit card. Like, Discover Secure credit card is a great credit card. You don't like that credit card because you're past that stage. So we got to make sure that we have to understand everybody in different stages and credit. Sometimes get people that's talking about, they call me about stuff. I'll be like, that's above my head. I don't know about that. Like, I'm not at that level at all to even help you with something like that. And then I get people that's just not starting off, and I'm like, oh, go ahead and get you a secure credit card. I understand that's where they're at. I remember having to be there before, and I think that's what makes me really good to be able to help so many different people because I've been in different stages and I experienced so much. So I just want us to make sure that we don't bash certain things. And getting a secure credit card is not a bad thing, you guys. I remember when I didn't want to build my credit properly because I didn't want to put any money down. Hence, where I'm like, I'd rather get the credit one bank. My annual fee wasn't crazy, and I'll be able to build my credit. But at the same time, some of these other credit cards, like the Discover Secure credit card, will graduate you in terms of you put a deposit down in about 8 months, they'll give you your money back, plus they'll increase your limit. A lot of times they'll do more than just double it, you know what I mean? So I like to say that that's where somebody got to start, but we cannot bash certain cards. Like, I bash cards all the time, and I let me say this, I used to feel bad about it, but now I feel like I honestly feel like I'm being censored in a sense. Like, I can't say certain things or I might get in trouble or certain companies won't like me, but I don't care anymore. Like, I just want to live freely. I want to be able to say what I want to say. And usually when I'm bashing cards that's trying to make you pay a $99 annual fee. And on top of that, they're trying to get you to pay maintenance. Like, maintenance for what? Like, I'm, and the reason I'm going to really bash those cards because you will literally be better off getting a secure credit card like Discover that's going to give you 2% cash back at restaurants and gas stations. And on top of that, they'll give you 1% back everywhere else. Plus, they'll report to the credit bureau, they'll build your credit and not charge you all these crazy maintenance fees. You know what I mean? And eventually, when I graduate, that limit is going to be higher than that credit card that gave you all those maintenance fees. So I bashed those credit cards, and there's good reasoning for it. But like certain credit cards, like that comment that I put on here, in the comments, that somebody says a very bad credit card, it's a Michelin card. I personally got that credit card, and I can say I haven't had any problems. As long as you know, this is the key when it comes down to these credit cards. And if you get outside the box with this, then it can be error. And somebody was just teaching me, what was that, last night I had a deep discussion with somebody about, once you deviate from the normal, you could have problems. Okay, so the normal is this: once you give me this credit card, I get in the mail, I'm gonna activate it. I added my credit card, I add all my credit cards onto my phone. If I can, I automatically put them on auto pay. Put them on auto pay, make sure that I don't have any problems with them ever saying I'm late on my credit card, because you're gonna auto pay, and I tell them to auto pay the minimum. I go back in there and I pay the statement balance. That way I never get charged interest. So they got connections technically to my bank account. Go get the money that y'all need. I'm gonna double check that y'all did y'all job to make sure that I'm good. And I don't have any problems. So I don't know what other problems that you can have with certain credit cards, but I personally could vouch for that credit card. So that's my thing about that. And any other credit cards, you guys, you take the money from them, you pay what you want to pay, and if you don't pay your statement balance, they're going to charge you interest. And if you get in that cycle where you only paying a minimum, understand that you put yourself there because you spent that money on that credit card and you're not paying it back. And once you get into that type of battle, think about, even when I was talking about my Capital One earlier, I didn't pay it. Okay, now I'm up here suing Midland. We end up settling. The terms was amazing, and I don't feel no type of way about not paying it or anything like that. But still, I got into the mess to the point where I had to go all the way to even sue a collection company. You know what I mean? And which is good because, I'm going to law school because this is what I want to do. But at the same time, like, one thing literally led to another. And you cannot say a card is bad because it went to another because you messed it up in the beginning. Now, I understand if you told them to take it out of your account, something happened and take them out of your account, or you paid them and they didn't mark it as paid, like certain things like that. I can understand that, but like, let's really be real with a lot of these credit card companies, okay? But I gotta post my video. I'm just happy I can even go live with y'all or even sit at my desk. Even with it being summertime, I went to the store with my son and I'm like, he sleep. Let him just sleep in the car. Like, this baby won't go to sleep. I don't know what it is. It's like everybody in the house, and he like, oh, this is amazing. Like, go to sleep so I can work. And you hear yelling. That's probably him waking up now. He already out there playing. They took him out the car. But I just wanted to come on here and say this because I was in my feeling about that comment. Like, let's not get ourselves in certain situations and then just get mad that we're in it. You know what I mean? But I'll see you guys later. If y'all have any questions, call or text me 833 Rickita. And then check out the video I got come out later on, how to get approved for 3 times the credit cards. And it's a very detailed video for those people that don't have credit cards, or you're trying to get credit cards, you're trying to go somewhere in terms of where you're at with your credit. It's a very good video because I start pointing out, okay, this is the card that you need. That's the card that you need. This is how to determine which card you need. So definitely check it out. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, you enjoy your day too. You definitely enjoy your day too. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye, everybody.